Reda is selling the amazing Thunderer X in the daily selection today for a really short time. We also got some brand new Ubisoft Connect challenges, and I want to touch on some recent news regarding Ubisoft's ongoing investigations regarding misconduct. So a ton to go over. A like on the video would of course really help me out. And let's go. If you go to Reda right now from May 20th till the countdown timer of course hits 0 on May 21st, then you will be able to get the amazing looking Thunderer X from the Tyrannus pack. So we already had the mount and the bird at Reda once, but I always wanted this weapon to show up, and now here it is. Like, it's my favorite looking axe by far, with the thunder effect going on around the blade. And you can of course go crazy and put a look over another axe in the game, so you can run around with 2 of them if you want. The perk on paper sounds pretty crazy, a maximum of 75 stun depending on the remaining defense slots of the target. But in reality you will mostly have rank 1 of this perk, so 15 stun, because a lot of enemies have only 1 yellow bar above their health. The moment you encounter an enemy with 2 though and hit them, as you see right here, then the perk will go up and now you will have 30 extra stun. If an enemy has 3 stun bars, then you have 45 extra stun, I would imagine. It's for a short time, but the moment you hit an enemy again, you get the amount of stun based on their remaining defense slots. So the stun bars they have. A great example is here against Steinbjorn, who of course at the start of the fight has 3 stun bars, so then you have 3/5 of this perk. Then the moment I nuke 1 stun bar, the perk goes down, and then later on you see it go down even more once I nuke another stun bar. And when the enemy has no stun bar left, you will still have level 1 of this perk. And fun fact is that it also triggers on bow and arrows, so it might be nice for if you like to primarily shoot. Overall, the extra stun is not that noticeable, sadly. So it's mostly great for the look. I totally think it's worth the 120 opal. And you can now get 20 extra opal and then hopefully another 10 extra later on with the new Ubisoft Connect challenges. Let's go through them real quick. So we need to recruit a Jams Viking, of course, do that at the docks of your settlement. Kinda weird, by the way, that there are no Jams Vikings in Ireland, now that I think of it. We need 50 kills with the bearded axe and the sword, so for that we want to visit our snake spot, of course, over here on the map near Gloucester. Make a save and then kill all the snakes, after which you have to reload that save you just made and do it all again, to then claim the prize of 5 opal after 50 snakes killed. And do the same with the bearded axes, so the Thunderer axe, and then you get 5 more opal. Yeah, the assassinations take the most time, but one fast way that we discussed before is over here on the map near London, where you got quite a lot of easy to kill enemies close to each other. Also save before entering the camp, and then just spam that Thorn of Slumber ability to quickly assassinate enemies in combat. And then once you're out of adrenaline, I use 2 sickles, or you can use 2 daggers to hit the enemies. Don't kill them, but you will get your adrenaline bar back, and then you can use the Thorn of Slumber again. I play on very hard, so the enemies have more health, so then you get also more adrenaline back, and then you will have the 100 assassinations quite fast. It will still take some time though. You can of course also just regularly play and get the assassinations regularly. But yeah, if everyone does the solo challenge, they will count towards the community challenge as well. So then we should be fine with that too. We got a new hotfix for the game for the foothold in Connacht main mission during the Wrath of the Druids DLC. If you had issues with that, if you play with an online connection, it should be fixed. I will leave a link to the post in the video description so you can check it out if you want. In a recent video, I talked about the smoke bomb arrow and how I really want a feature where you can revert back to rank 1 of the ability, because the uses are just completely different. And well, Dom, the community manager, now noted that he will be passing it on to the dev team, so fingers crossed that this will be coming. Of course, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but still nice that they are looking into it. We do have some new things that will be addressed in the next update, for example that Jams Viking issue where the gear disappears after you load. And we all see some upcoming fixes for specific missions, but I want to highlight the bottom one right here, where bonus content unlocked pop-up appears each time the game autosaves. Super annoying, you likely have it too. Well, I got reached out by Nick on Discord, who said that if you go to the interface options and then select tips and messages, you can turn it off there. So then the mission will not appear again. So that's a nice fix in the meantime. Of course, the sprint attack with the new sickles are causing some issues too. Meditating after the issue doesn't work. But what I found is that if you manually slide, you will at least not have the rumblings anymore. So at least you can do that as well for the time being. Okay, now something important, because maybe you already saw this article from gamesindustry.biz, based on the reports from French publication Le Telegram, about the fact that even though Ubisoft said that they were going to make big changes to combat their toxic workplace, things still have not really changed since last year. In the article, they name examples where the HR staff who covered the harassment is still in their position, so they don't expect anything to change because they did not do that really the first time around. And also people inside Ubisoft who were at the heart of some of the accusations are still inside the company with management protecting them. And last year we learned about all the horrible things that are going on behind the scenes, and since then Ubisoft said that they would change it, but still it seems that not a lot is happening. They did send out a response to members of the Mentors Guild who are also voicing their concerns, not really addressing things from the article though, still noting things that they are working on and have already done. And a link to that statement will also be in the video description. And if you want to hear Jordan Does and me talk way more about that statement and just the whole situation in general, then totally check out the new episode of the Assassins Cast. We just live recorded it on Twitch, but I put it on my second channel, which will become more of an extra channel in the future. And there are timestamps, so you can very easily navigate to that segment. Totally check it out to learn more about this. It's an important topic, and I really hope that Ubisoft takes this more seriously. My goal on the channel is of course to inform you on games that I love and that you will likely love as well. And that will of course not change, because that's my job and the full JorRaptor team loves that as well. And I know you enjoy that content, so I will keep doing that. But I also think it's important that we talk about things that really need to be improved. And it really sucks that it seems that Ubisoft is not doing everything in their power to improve the situation, to create a better work environment for the developers of the games that we all love. And I will keep following it and report it here, of course, if it's needed. Again, check out that podcast via the link in the video description. I want to focus, of course, on positivity here on the channel. Again, it's needed to talk about this stuff. But overall, there are some really fun things planned over the coming weeks. Some really exciting things. So I hope you will be, of course, along for the ride. A like on this video would really help me out. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the content. And don't check out my previous video on the other items that Reda is selling this week. You can watch it by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our photo mode showcase that we of course like to do here at the end of every Valhalla video. You can send in your shots to the Valhalla Raptor hashtag on Twitter, or my dedicated pictures channel on the Discord. And of course, join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment. Okay, Joyce, come in. You of course selected 3 shots from the community from the Rev of the Druids DLC, so which one did you pick this time?
What's up everyone? First up is Aaron Young over on Twitter, who took a stunning shot of the outskirts of Dublin while riding his mount. I love how the horse jumps up here on the ride and the sun shines over the beautiful landscape. It makes for a very pretty picture. Next up is Hey, the person, aka Dennis over on Discord, where Evor's ready to rage, walking out of this burning field, holding the sickles with like an angry expression on her face. I mean, whatever happened to her, she isn't happy with it and going in for revenge, straight out of an action scene.
Yeah, really awesome. Is Eivor not dying like from the damage over time here? You would think so,
Yes.
but it's worth it for the cool action shot.
And finally, we've got Gaia Alexa over on Twitter, who took this shot of a werewolf jumping into action here. Love how it makes itself bigger with its claws out, ready to strike whatever's coming forward. Eivor, eat your heart out.
Yeah, really cool timing. So thanks a lot for sharing. Of course, if you got cool pictures, send them our way. Maybe it'll be in the next video. Subscribe for way more Valhalla content and check out our previous video by clicking on the screen. For now, we will speak to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.